keto chocolate cake with keto safe chocolate buttercream frosting for you. It's perfect for the holidays. I've had it at my own birthday party. And make sure you stay tuned to the end of the video, because then I'll share the written recipe so that you guys can use it, you know, add it to your files, print it out, put it in your cookbook. Keto chocolate cake with keto safe chocolate buttercream frosting for you. It's perfect for the holidays. I've had it at my own birthday party. Everybody loved it. So this is what you're going to need for the cake. You're going to need 3/4 cup unsweetened almond milk, room temperature, and a 1/2 tablespoon of apple cider vinegar. Now, hold on one second. You want that room temperature, and what you're going to do is when you get ready to make this, is you're going to add that 1/2 tablespoon of apple cider vinegar to your coconut milk. Okay? And you're going to just mix that up a little bit with a fork. Let that sit while we get everything else going here. That's going to ferment a little bit. Alright, so then you're going to need 2 cups of superfine blanched almond flour, a 1/2 cup of unsweetened cocoa powder, 2/3 cups of your favorite powdered sweetener, 4 large eggs, room temperature, lightly beaten. So I'm going to show you what I mean about lightly beaten. These are room temperature. So I'm just going to crack the yolks, and I'm just going to use a fork and whip them around in here just a little bit. Just lightly beaten. Okay? So that's lightly beaten. Then you're going to need a 1/2 cup of melted coconut oil, a 1/4 cup of coconut flour, 2 teaspoons of baking powder, a 1/2 teaspoon of baking soda, and 2 teaspoons of vanilla extract. Now this is just for the cake, okay? So the first thing you would do is you would mix the apple cider vinegar and the coconut milk together, set that aside, all right? You would take your 2 cake pans, spray them with your cooking spray, and then cut out some parchment paper to put on the bottom, and just set these aside. You want to have 2 of them. And then preset your oven to 350 degrees Fahrenheit. And then in a large bowl, we're going to add all the dry ingredients. Okay, so I have the sweetener. I have the cocoa powder. I have the almond flour, the coconut flour, the baking soda and the baking powder, and then the almond flour. So put that all in a bowl, take a big whisk, and just mix this up so it's all well incorporated together. Okay, you can see in there how it's mixing up. Just mix that up really good. Like I said, this is a delicious cake. I've had this a couple times. It's my favorite keto cake out there. And make sure you stay tuned to the end of the video, because then I'll share the written recipe so that you guys can use it, you know, add it to your files, print it out, put it in your cookbook, however. Alright, so now we got that mixed. And now we're going to add the eggs, the coconut oil. So here's the eggs, lightly beaten. I want to actually get the whisk out of here. Okay, so I have the eggs in there. I'm going to put the, where is it here? The eggs, the coconut oil, right here. Make sure you melt it. You don't want it hot, you just want it melted. And then the vanilla extract, add that in. I'm going to use this wooden spoon right here and stir this up really well. And these are the stages you want to do this, just like it says. I'll keep mixing this and scrape your sides. Make sure you get it all in there. You don't want to have any clumps of the dry ingredients. And then once you have that all mixed, it looks like a brownie mix right now. Okay, and then after you have that all mixed, you want to add the almond milk mixture and stir until combined. Okay, and look at this almond milk. Look what happened when I added the apple cider vinegar. See how it's like starting to ferment in there? And just pour that right in. And just be careful you don't splash yourself. Make sure you mix this up really good. Scrape your sides, get all of it in there. Scrape the sides down. Keep mixing it till it's all nicely well mixed. And if need be, you could use the whisk again. Scrape your sides down again, and then it's going to be really pasty. See how it's pasty? Okay, and then once you have it all well mixed, you don't see any clumps in it. Then you're going to take your two pans here, just like this. And you want to try to spread it evenly into these. And this is going to be a 2-layer cake. Like I said, it's great for birthdays, Christmas time, you know, anniversaries, Valentine's Day. It's just a great all-around sweet treat. Then you want to spread this out a little bit. And you want the paper in there because then this will come out a lot easier too. Without that in there, you're going to have a hard time getting this out of the pan. Just try to bring it out to the edges as much as you can. Okay, so that's the first one. And then we'll spread this one out. A little time consuming, but definitely worth it. Try to make it even as you can all the way around. It should rise and settle on its own a little bit. Okay, so now I got both of these pretty even. And normally I wouldn't make up the frosting until these were cooled. But let me get these in the oven. We want to bake these for 18 to 25 minutes. Okay, so there it is. Getting it in the oven. And it says make sure you let it cool completely before you try to take it out of the pan or frost it. All right, now let me grab my Ninja here. All right, and this is going to be how simple the frosting is. I got my Ninja with my attachment on it. And see, this has a dough blade on it. It's also got the metal blade, but I have the dough blade set in there right now. All right, so now for the frosting, you're going to need 2/3 cup room temperature butter, 3 cups of your favorite powdered sweetener, a 1/2 cup of unsweetened cocoa powder sifted, 2 teaspoons of vanilla, 2 to 3 teaspoons of unsweetened almond milk, and an 1/8 teaspoon of pink Himalayan salt. All right, so I got the butter right here. You're going to want to, in the mixer with the dough blade or a whisk, beat butter until fluffy. It says 3 to 5 minutes. So we'll get this going. And then I'll put that on low dough. And you're going to have to scrape the sides down. Usually I chop this up into smaller blocks so that it's easier to break it down. Just keep pushing it down. Let that run for a minute. I got my 3 cups of powdered sweetener, my 1/2 cup of sifted cocoa powder, my vanilla, my unsweetened almond milk. Let's scrape the sides on this again. Okay, put that back on there low. Alright, that seems like it got kind of fluffy and light. Now we can add in the powdered sweetener and the cocoa powder. Now I noticed too, I'm only going to add in maybe 1/3 of this to start. Here's where a mixer with a open top would come in really handy. Okay, I got all the sweetener in there. Mix that lightly. scrape the sides down. And I'll add the cocoa powder. Alright, now we got that pretty good mixed. Scrape the sides down a little more again. Okay, and then it says add the vanilla, the almond milk. Alright, so the vanilla, I need 2 teaspoons. Two teaspoons of vanilla. And 2 to 3 teaspoons of unsweetened almond milk. Okay, so I added 3. Put this lid back on. I'll scrape the sides down, and from here on out, I'm going to do it on medium. Might have to add just a little bit more cocoa nut milk if it stays thick like it is. Tastes really good though. If you had to add a little more coconut, just start out with a little bit at a time. Then you just want to whip that up for about 2 to 3 minutes. Come over and take a look at the cake. See, this is how the cakes are turning out. So see, they rise up nicely. Alright, so I would say this is done. And it's going to be really thick. And then when you frost the cake, it's going to frost it very nice. Then all I'm going to do is, like I said, I normally wouldn't make this up until the cake was done. But I wanted to show you guys how to do it. So then I'm just going to scoop this out of here. Get it into a bowl. Love the counter space. And it's a nice, really thick frosting. And it's a buttercream frosting also. So I will post the recipes for both the frosting and the cake right in here in the comments, so that if you guys want to try this, you can share it with your friends. Share this video with anybody you think might get some value out of it. And hopefully you guys make this cake frosting and let me know what you think. Alright, so have a great night. Thanks for watching. I'll see you all soon. Bye.